Let me give a demonstration. Hold on. But like, hold on here for a second, right? Why am I doing this? Money, you know? I've got bills to pay, okay? You didn't judge your daughter when she did it. I'm gonna take his right shoe and I'm just gonna like hold it as a trophy and just... Oh, that's cute. You reach around and just... Puppy, please. No. Intros are for YouTubers with an audience. Let's play. There's something wrong with my blind date. She can't see. Name, yes, no? I'm a yes man. I'm a yes man. Input your name, Katie. I like Katie, you know? It makes me feel like I'm transitioning. But it's also like arcade, you know? Pronoun, he, him. Hobby, cooking. That's a very square egg. If you look at it in like a perspective way, you know what I mean? If you like reading, ew, dude, what am I, nerd? Gaming, true. Music, nah. Shopping, I do have insatiable shopping habits. Arts and crafts, we're gonna go gaming. Favorite quote: "Her pussy's so tight she popped out a pearl." Where's that quote from? Oh, I don't know. It just came into my head. Can I character build? No. I'll just have a square cheek so the rest of my life. It's fine. Done. Tuesday. Who needs Mondays? Bloody hell, it's allowed, isn't it? Voice volume is voice acted. Unbelievable. All this time away and I don't even have to do voices. Who knew? It's raining. Should have brought an umbrella. The rain feels nice. It's the closest thing to a woman's touch I've felt in years. My books say that they're often wet. I don't understand it though. Oh, these are choices. I thought this was just inner monologue speaking. The rain feels nice. I'm very emo, you know. I like to get wet in public. Wait, no. The rain feels nice. The sharper drops of water make you feel grounded in your body. The roads are empty. Night creeping into the city. Despite your protests, the nurses had to shoo you out, with visiting hours having been over. You try not to think about the hospital behind you. You try to ignore the image of your mum in that small white room, the smell of disinfectant and the coughing of the other patients in the ward. It's Corona. It's totally out. She's always been your hero. She taught you to be kind. She taught you to be strong. She raised you on her own and told you how proud she was to call you her son. I can never read like normal interactions between like a mother and a son anymore because like, you know, how do I put this like... Porn. The porn industry has ruined families for generations and they just keep finding new ways to do it. First it was a daddy problem, now it's a brother, stepbrother, stepsister, cousin of a third degree, you know? I mean, they don't... Where do they stop, dude? It's an onslaught. It hurts to see her in that room, hooked up to all sorts of tubes and IV drips. Her skin bruised from the needles. As usual, you paid her a visit, and as usual, she gave you a reassuring smile telling you that everything will be alright. You try to ignore what the doctor told you. Stage D heart failure. Do they do it alphabetically? I always thought it was like numerics. Stage D? Doctor, give it to me straight. What is it? It's stage D heart failure. What does the D stand for? Yeah. Man, it's been a while. I'm washed up. I'm sorry I had to sit through this. 1 year left. Maybe less. You think about your mum again. She's lost weight. It's about fucking time. Her eyes look sunken. The wrinkles on her face more prominent. Has your hero always looked this small? Stuff on what I think about when I get out of a cold shower, you know? Same thought goes straight through my head. You look up to the sky. But now I can't read. I should get out of the rain. There's something wrong with my blind date. She's my mother. I forgot this was like a weird dating sim. Why are we talking about our dead mum in the hospital? To be fair, I don't actually know a lot about this game. I just kind of saw the artwork and I was like, ooh, quirky. That's my type, you know? I love the quirks. Location, the Glass Lounge Bar. Ooh. Very atmospheric. A bell chimes as you open the door, announcing your arrival. Say again, are you monsieur? Hello, Javier? What is happening? Is this the music? Why, don't speak French to me. What are you trying to do? You're trying to seduce me. Welcome to the Glass Lounge. Oh, it's you. Missed me? Not particularly, no. You walk over to the bar, taking a seat in front of CO2. Katie. You're dripping water all over my floor. Please, save it for my apartment. Oh, wink, wink, shuffle, shuffle, finger, finger. Change the subject or apologize. You turn to the trail of rainwater left in your wake. Ah, shoot. Sorry, body. I didn't even realize. Body? Oh, very, very homosexually suggestive. You grab a napkin and toss it onto the man-made puddle, but the cheap material simply disintegrates into soggy, smaller pieces. It's not Andrex, is it? You only got single ply, you cheap fuck. That didn't help, did it? No. These napkins suck. And while I'm at it, your toilet paper is probably the worst thing I've ever used to wipe my cheeks with. It feels like literal sandpaper. Wipe your cheeks? Hold up. Me or the person who made this game has been shitting wrong this entire time. I'm gonna be real. Let me give a demonstration. Hold on. But like, hold on here for a second, right? Why am I doing this? Money, you know? I got bills to pay, okay? You didn't judge your daughter when she did it. We're talking cheeks, right? This is all censored anyway. Patreon.com/Beyond the Arcade. So you got like cheek, right? Are you wiping the fucking cheek, or are you like fucking parting the Red Sea? You feel me? Wiping your cheeks? Also, yeah, both of them? Man, I don't know if I want to be in the future anymore. Evolution's gone too far if I'm literally dumping out of my cheeks. Oh my god, though, it would be so good for like Instagram posts, you know? Hold on, I'm out of shape. Okay, give me a minute. It'd be so good for like Instagram posts though, wouldn't it? If like you actually did defecate from each cheek. Is that what you would then have to just make the assumption that it's stored in the cheeks, much like pee is stored in the balls, right? So every time you saw like a gym girlie's post on Instagram where she just had like a bodacious, bombastic ass, you would just know that she is a bastard. She didn't have 20p for the toilet, you know? Management's been cutting corners. Not much I can do about it. Maybe you should... You hastily wipe at your face. The android blinks and you can hear the sound of its motors whirring as it focuses its lenses onto you. Why am I making sound? I've forgotten how YouTube works. I can get the sound effects, homie. The budget has increased. That's a lie, I'm poor as fuck. Help. My scanners are detecting a drop in your body temperature. I literally just said it. Okay, whatever. I thought a few rounds of alcohol won't fix. Fixing our problems and forgetting about them are two vastly different things. Counterpoint. Forgetting is easier. Yeah, well, we'll see how you wake up in the dumpster behind the 24/7 diner on 7th Street with your wallet gone and your right shoe missing. It's oddly specific. And why are you missing a right shoe? Are you planning something CO2 with my shoe? You fucking prune. Oddly specific. People tell me things. It's an odd thing to tell, isn't it? Hey man, see that guy who just walked in? What's his name? Katie? He owes me a lot of money. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do?
Are you gonna kill him? You gonna take him out back?
That's a little bit extreme. I don't know. I'm gonna take his right shoe and I'm just gonna like hold that shit as a trophy and just... Your memory scares me sometimes, but I guess that's why you make the best drinks. Flattery will get you nowhere. Not even a discount. No. Boo. Ah! You shake your head, and a few droplets fly in different directions. What am I, a fucking poodle? Who wrote this? This is... I feel like an actual AI wrote this. They have no idea how a human works. You've got me wiping my actual cheeks. You've got me being wet and just full on like... Welcome to the new arc of Beyond the Arcade where I just shit on game authors. Just absolutely shit on the writing. The bartender seems unamused as usual. You wonder if it's its burnt-out attitude as a result of its programming, or if it's just jaded from being stuck in a working bar for the past 2 decades. 2 decades? You only look 13. I guess that's kind of true though, isn't it? Because like, if anybody's going to be making like service robots, like bartending ones and stuff, like front of house, it's going to be Japan. And they've got a weird, relationship with younger looking things that aren't really young, because oh no, we can't be doing that. You just look 12. You know what I mean? I believe they call it lolly. Oh, that's even weirder that it's called lolly, because, like, you know, you put a lolly. Thinking is not good for anyone. What did it ever do? World War II is what it did. Say, what's new as of late? Got any cool stories to tell? That depends. What would you like to know? Gossip, rumors, trends, or current events? Rumors. Rumors are always fun to spread. Heard any rumors? Bad ones. See, now you've got me curious. What is it? There are rumors of a human trafficking ring going on within the city. People have been going missing for a while now, but the police haven't been able to gain any more major leads. They suspect it's the work of a serial killer, but the intelligent analyst that frequents the bar says otherwise. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. Why would a serial killer be, like, human trafficking? Surely they just want to one and done it, you know? Why is that? Serial killers tend to target a specific profile and leave behind a modus operandi of sorts. The victims, however, don't exactly share many similarities with one another. The age, gender, race, background, and physical features are all over the place. If the crime scene characteristics don't match up, it makes it difficult to find any patterns in the disappearances. That being said, the police are unsure if it really is human trafficking. They lack the data to reach anything conclusive, and the whole serial killer theory is merely a rumor started up by the people as a result of the slow investigation. That's kinda scary. I regret asking now. Be cautious when walking out on the streets alone after dark. I'd recommend traveling in groups of at least 2 or more. Yeah, good idea. If only I had friends. You sigh, stretching your arms up into the air. And then back down to push the space bar to continue the conversation. Man, I was really hoping this would cheer me up, but I don't think that really helped. I admit I'm not equipped to assist you with your personal problems. You think at this point they'd come up with some sort of emotional support software for you guys. Androids have no need for emotions. That would pose a security risk. We leave that to those Apple fellows. Sometimes I forget that you're not a real person. I kind of see you as a buddy. How would you forget? I mean, he's got like literal like a fucking beep borp hanging out of his, you know? The android shakes its head. To mistake what we have is a friendship. Human connections do not mean much to me. Fortunately for the both of us, I'm not the only one in your life. The bartender glances behind you. You have a good support network, Katie. And people who really care for you. You should try to make the most of it. Speaking of which, here comes one now. Puppy? What does puppy sound like? Katie, hi! Pups, what a coincidence. What are you doing here? I just finished up at the lab. Professor Joy from Pokemon? She's a professor now? That's crazy. Women can't climb the professional ladder. Professor Joy held us up to go over some of our findings. Anyway, I was on my way home when the rain started to really pour. I didn't bring an umbrella with me and the bar was nearby, so I thought I'd come in here and wait out the worst of the storm. I guess the weather caught us both off guard, huh? Somebody should really fire the rain guy. That's good. The meteorologist. He can meteorolo these fists. Better watch out, weather boy. You're paying for my dry cleaning. Anyway, sit, stay. Good boy. Paw, grab a drink with me. Might as well since you're here already, right? On a Tuesday night, Katie. I have classes tomorrow morning. Can I put my hand down now? Oh, come on, pups. Loosen up. Loosen up for daddy. But, he doesn't seem to be budging. Perhaps you'll have to resort to using that. Use the shock color. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You clasp your hands together, imagine there's 2 of them, and put your best pleading look. That's pleading by the way, just fisting my mouth. Puppy, please. That's fucking vile. Please, I don't want to drink alone. Oh, I don't want to make videos again. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm digging an inescapable hole in Puppy. You can see his resolve crumbling in real time. He's always had a soft spot for you. Is it his belly? Okay then. Just one then. Already forgotten his voice. I need to like Be better. He moses on over to you. Does he? It looks like he's gone behind the bar and is now assisting CO2. C3PO2. C3PO2. He moses on over to you, only to pause mid-step above the puddle of water still poured underneath your seat. Forgot about that. From your peripheral vision, you can see CO2 grab a mop. Yeah, hop to it. Katie, you're soaked. How long were you outside? A while. Do you have a change of clothes on you? Or maybe something to dry yourself with? Yes, I never leave the house without my trusty hairdryer. Didn't really bring my bag with me today. God, jeez. He unzips his backpack, digging through his notebooks and papers. Katie, you need to be a bit more careful with your health. Prolonged exposure to the cold will negatively affect your immune system, increasing your risk of catching a cold or a flu virus. Tease him, reassure him. Tease him. Oh, I love teasing puppies. Now that you mention it, my head does kind of hurt. I think I might be coming down with a fever. He freaks out immediately. Oh, no. What should we do? Do you need anything? Medicine? Water? Here, take my sweater. He starts to wriggle out of his outer layer of clothing, but you quickly grab a hold of his arms, laughing. Whoa, pups. Not for free. You'll be giving it back though, right? Not what I meant, but it's fine. I was just joking around. I'm fine. He pulls his clothing back down, straightening out the little snail design on the front.
Oh, I see it through the toe. I was going to say that's a ladybug, mister.
He pulls his clothing back down, straightening out the little snail design on the front, and you take notice of the gastropod's choice of eyewear. Gastropod? Okay, Google, what's a gastropod? Oh, a gastropod's a snail. Wait, is he a snail then? It said the gastropod's choice of eyewear. Is he a snail? I thought you were a puppy. Okay, we get it, Google. Jesus Christ, I don't need the history of snails. He's got little sunglasses. Oh, this... Yeah. He's got little sunglasses on. It makes sense. Most land snails are actually nocturnal and dislike bright sunlight. The relationship between continuous light conditions and behavior of freshwater snail. In other words, shell, yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Shell, yeah.
You sniffle. Your nose runny. It's the combination of cold weather and the wet fabric. I twiddled my nose and it instantly set off a chain reaction of oofy, owie, my nose hair tickle. You sniffle. Your nose runny. Guess the combination of cold weather and the wet fabric has got you in the end after all.
We should still get you dried off a bit, Katie.
Puppy, still digging through his backpack, finally procures a white towel.
Found it. It's clean, in case you were worried about that.
You scrunch your face up. Seriously, pups, I'm fine. And why do you just carry around a towel with you?
It's convenient. I use it as a pillow sometimes when I need to sneak in some sleep between classes. That's not weird, is it?
I don't know. What do you think, bartender?
Very odd. Why not just bring a pillow at that point?
They sound very similar, I'm starting to realize.
I mean, towels could be used for other stuff, too.
Like dipping it in chloroform to knock people out.
No, I mean, like, using it as a picnic blanket.
Okay. Well, I'll just bring a picnic blanket then. That would also probably make a much more comfortable pillow.
Nothing but excuses. We've got him cornered now, Detective KD.
Indeed, chloroform kidnapper. Your evil deeds end here and now.
You guys know that the application of chloroform via an inhalation is a lot more difficult than just dripping it onto a towel and holding it over someone's mouth, right? What?
Is that supposed to be common knowledge? No. I'm pretty sure only a killer of the serial variety would know that.
Guys, I'm not a serial killer. It's only my first time. I can't be serial if I've already done it once.
We're just messing with you, pups. Puppy sighs, draping the towel over your head. Let him do it. Do it yourself. I'm a man, I can do it myself. I got it. Not wanting to inconvenience him, you grab the towel yourself, hastily rubbing it against your head. You can feel your head drying off, but at the cost of a serious case of entanglement. Trying to salvage the situation, you attempt to sift through your fingers through the clumps of hair, but to no avail. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain to comb through later.
It's okay. Nothing some conditioner won't fix.
Feeling a little more comfortable now that your head is dry, you give Puppy a big thumbs up. Thanks, Pops. I didn't want to have to use the napkins here.
Me neither. It feels like
sandpaper.
sandpaper.
The two of you share a conspiratory giggle. By the way, I didn't get to ask, but is that a new sweater?
I won it at the trivia booth of the local snail convention.
Snail convention?
Yeah, snail con.
Do they just leave trails of just utter slime everywhere? Because I've been to a similar convention that also just leaves trails of unidentifiable slime in the wake of everyone's proceedings. There's a joke to be had here. They already did it. One step ahead of you. We'll do it. Snail con my nuts. How did I not see that? That was the lowest hanging fruit in the world. Leave it in the comment section down below. Whose joke was better, developers or mine, talking about people leaving cum trails as they walk along a convention center floor? Okay. Vote. Bro is absolutely flabbergasted. CO2, having finished mopping up your puddle, returns to its post behind the bar. You two seem close. Well, we're practically attached at the hip. Him and I have been tight ever since elementary. My dear one. You grab onto Puppy's arm for emphasis. He smiles in return. How did you two even meet? Aside from the fact that you attended the same school together. I do not have much information on your history with one another. You're just like a phone trying to gather data on me, dude, to sell it to the big corpos. What are you gonna make me do, a BuzzFeed test to figure out my fucking sexual fetishes, huh? You freak. It's Disney princesses, by the way. You strike a dramatic pose in response. It can't be helped. There's a lot you don't know about me. I'm really just a dark and mysterious individual. I find it hard to consider you dark. Your complexion's really just fluorescent, dare I say, and mysterious. When I've seen you hunched over the bathroom stall throwing up from alcohol poisoning. The lighting's bad in those restrooms. Maybe you mistook me for someone else. No. You're here so often that the image of your sad, pathetic form is practically burned into my memory card. That's rough. What a fucking... That was such a backhand. I'm actually like... Oof. You turn to Puppy for help, but he shrugs half-heartedly. You do frequent this place, probably, more often than you should be. Traitor. Anyway, what do you want to know about the story of how me and Pups met? Trying to change the subject. Definitely trying to change the subject. Hoo-wee! I think I was 7, 8 years old. Flashback! I was playing out of the old park near the sea. The one with the hills leading down towards the shore. That nails it down. I'm sure there's only one place in the world like that. It feels like a hazy snapshot of a fading image. The nostalgia makes you smile. Aww. I think I was picking dandelions. I thought they looked pretty, and I wanted to bring something nice back for my mom. It was a simpler time. Your mom hadn't been diagnosed yet. You shake away the thought. And as I'm picking these dandelions, making little flower crowns, I hear someone yell in the distance. It happened in a flash. I see the sky, and then I'm falling backwards, tumbling through the grass. Next thing I know, there's this sharp stabbing pain in my ankle, and a crying boy in my arms. Turns out somebody, not naming any names, completely neglected to check his surroundings while trying to catch a ladybug, and crashed right into me.
Lady beetle, actually. They're beetles, not bugs.
Is that true? And if it is true, fuck you. I don't care. It's a ladybug.
Ladybug is a misleading term because they're not really a bug. Real bugs, true bugs, are insects from the Hepatera order. Indeed, lady beetles belong in the Cleopatra order, which typically have an elytra that distinguishes
pupillage. This story.
Oh, right. I was chasing after a lady beetle that landed on me and flown away. And, I got a little bit too caught up in the chase and ended up colliding into Katie.
Basically, we fell down the hill. I sprained my ankle and he fractured his arm trying to break the fall. They sent us to the ER together. Wait, so you just so happened to meet outside of elementary school at 7 years old? And then when you got out of the ER, you realized that you went to the same school together? Yeah, what are the odds? We were in there for a while, and I think the whole time Puppy wouldn't stop crying. I think he was more worried about my ankle than he was his arm. I guess he was just scared that I'd never be able to walk again. Now that I think about it, you made me a promise back then, didn't you? His face flushes red. Looks like he still remembers. What was it again? If both of us are still single by 30 and haven't, done the... me and you were gonna do... was that it? Was that the... We were gonna fuck?
I don't know.
He definitely knows. I think you said, I'll take responsibility for you. Little Pups thought he'd become my permanent caretaker. My, how bold.
Hey, this was serious, okay? I couldn't... I mean, if you were hurt...
Looking at him now, you found his reaction. Cute or amusing? Is he my blind date? He do have the spect, cause he could be blind. Sure, you little cutie. Cute.
Yeah.
I said you're cute. Silly. Yeah, don't make me say it again. Out cream. Puppy looks away, face red.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, we somehow ended up inseparable by the time we came out of that ER. And well, you wrap an arm around Puppy's shoulder, pulling him in for a side hug. We've been best friends ever since. A missed opportunity. You could have sued for personal injury.
Yeah.
Aw, don't pick on the poor guy. He was just excited to show off cool beetles to his friends. And plus, we wouldn't have met if he didn't crash land onto me, so it all went well in the end. 2 bodily injuries for a chance at meeting seems hefty to me.
Honestly, a broken bow was a small price to pay for meeting Katie. I'd happily break more if it meant that I could be friends with him in another life.
He gives you a small, genuine... Why did I add small? He's just small in my mind. He gives you a genuine smile.
You'll always be my first peg.
My voice has changed. Be appreciative, be embarrassed. Be appreciative. Puppy's awkward at times, but he's always been straightforward and honest about his fondness for you. It's one of the many things you like about him. You can't help but return his smile. And you're my first pick too. But no more broken bones. I'd prefer to have you all in one piece.
Speaking of that park, though, I wonder what happened to it. Is it still there?
No. I was in the area once and stopped by. They've completely demolished it. There's a large commercial building standing in its place now.
Oh, that is a little sad.
Yeah. I miss it too. That hill was special to me. You turn to face CO2, who looks almost amused. Can robots even feel amused? What? Nothing. Just an observation. Now, are you two ready to order, or am I going to have to peacefully escort you off the premises? Puppy doesn't even miss a beat.
One against devotion for me, with extra strawberries.
And a sugary rim. It's exactly what I ask for on Grindr. One agaped, devotion, sugary rim, bring the strawberries. The usual then. And you, Katie? Agape's devotion, Pragma's tenacity, or Mania's infatuation? Mania's infatuation. You glance at the menu. It's vodka, stained crimson by the raspberries, and black cherries floating in it. Oh, that sounds good. Alcoholic alert. You've never seen this drink before. Is this a new menu item? CO2 follows your gaze. Mania's infatuation. Well, we've added it recently. I can't say that I'd recommend it, though. We've already gotten multiple complaints about the taste. Maybe you're losing your touch, old bot. Or maybe it's just a shitty drink. The idea of ingesting god-awful vodka has your interest peaked. I love shitty drinks. Give me one. It's your funeral. You watch in silence as the android begins to measure out the portions of your drinks with extreme precision. It's almost mesmerizing. Puppy gives you a small tug. Oh, on your sleeve. Oh, sorry. Breaking your concentration.
Katie.
Oh, what's up?
Tomorrow, after you're done with your classes, are you free?
Ask why. Nobody likes a persistent tease. Sometimes you've got to put out, you know? It depends. Why?
Oh, just to hang out. I wanted to check that new commercial building you mentioned. The one where the park once was. And you don't have to decide now. Just let me know by tomorrow.
Sure, but what's with the sudden interest?
I'm curious about it, and, you seem kind of down. I thought maybe it'd cheer you up.
Why would looking at a place where I used to really like being demolished and turned into, like, a fucking Asda, why would that make me better? If it was Big Tesco, I could forgive. But an Asda, yeah. How could you tell? I thought I was acting pretty normal today.
It's just a feeling.
He has always been oddly perceptive of your emotional state.
Is it about your mom? I knew I shouldn't have made that joke over Xbox.
Or maybe he's just an Esper. An Esper? Okay, Google, what's an Esper? Extrasensory perception, also known as the sixth sense. Epic. So he's a demon. You sigh, resting your face against the cool surface of the bar. Yeah, I went to visit her today.
Did her condition worsen?
Stage 2. Puppy goes silent, well aware of the implication of those words. He's been studying pharmaceutical sciences for a few years now, and it is even the subject of him and his team's research work. To think that that little boy who wanted nothing more than to have the world's largest insect collection is now working on creating medicine that can help others. You pause. Hey, wait. You've always wanted to be an etymologist, didn't you? Study bugs? Follow in your parents' footsteps in zoology?
I did.
Then why'd you switch track to medical chemistry? I mean, clearly you're smart enough to pursue etymology, and it's something you're still passionate about, right? So why didn't you?
Well, I do like etymology, and it would have been nice as a career choice too, but
He tilts his head to look at you.
I found something else that I wanted more.
Even more than an insect collection? Puppy giggles.
Way more.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your drink's all ready. You straighten out your seat as CO2 sets your mania's infatuation in front of you. Ooh, looks good. Thanks, old bot. You're welcome. You two enjoy yourselves. Ring me up if you need anything else. With that, the bartender gives you an indiscernible, almost smug look before disappearing behind an employee's-only door. It's just you and Puppy now. He licks at the sugar on the rim of his glass before taking a tentative sip of his drink. How is it?
Good. CO2 pretty much has my preferences down to a T.
What are your preferences anyway? Gay, bisexual, straight as an arrow? Yeah. Tease him, ask normally. Well, we're back on the back on the little tug tease. tug tease. Oh my god, that sounds like that sounds like an awful service at a strip club. Your preferences, pups? Sweet, vanilla, or something a little more
Feisty. You mean like fizzy or spicy?
Looks like he needs a little bit more pushing before things get through that surprisingly thick skull of his. You trace your finger over the edge of his glass, picking up the tiny crystals of sugar before popping it into your mouth. Sure. Spicy. He looks confused for a moment before gears working overtime in his head. And then finally his mouth parts into a small oh, like he's finally caught on.
Are we, talking about, tricks?
I don't know. Are we? Looks like his poor brain is fried. You decide to let him off easy, for now. You pick up your own glass, admiring the intricate work that went behind the layering of the liquids inside. It oddly does look just scrumptious. Sorry, I had to take a minute to just admire just a fucking barrage of colors in pixely, arty, comic booky, cartoony. I don't know.
I like the pink.
Then tentatively, you took a sip. Your face sours up. CO2 is right. This does taste like crap. The vodka itself is flavorless, instead relying on the black cherries and raspberries sprinkled in it for added taste. Even still, it does nothing to mask the ill sensation that comes with it. You feel like throwing up. Puppy downs the rest of his drink and wipes his mouth with a napkin. Then, he fidgets for a moment, something clearly on his mind. Give him a gentle push, let him work up his own courage. Let him work up his own courage. It's good. It's good to stew for a minute, you know? You decide to let Pups work up the courage on his own. You don't want to pressure him into sharing something he doesn't want to, and if it's important enough, you figured that he'd come around to telling you eventually. He tugs lightly on his stray strand of hair, a nervous habit of his. Finally, he takes a deep breath.
You're probably the strongest person I know, Katie. You always face your hardships head on without any complaints. And well, I really look up to you for that. I think it's an admirable strength. But, whenever you're feeling down, you tend to hide it from other people. Even if you're really, really struggling, you still go on about your day with a smile, as if nothing's wrong.
He peers at your face, gauging your expression.
I know I'm not the best person to talk to about this kind of stuff, but I've been around you long enough to know when you're really hurting. So, it's fine if you want to be sad. I'd never judge you for it, and it won't make me think any less of you if you do.
He tugs at his stray strand of hair again. Boing, boing.
I know there's not much I can do to help, but I'm here for you. For anything if you need it.
Oh man, to have friends like this, could you imagine? God, what a fucking fantasy. What the fuck is that word? Why does this word keep coming up? Stop it.
Oh, sweet pupillade.
Oh, my sweet pupillade. What did I ever do to deserve him? Ask for a hug? Thank you. Ask for a hug. Oh, that's cute. You reach around and just... You reach around for a hug. Puppy immediately wraps his arms around you. Damn, I'm a shadow man. Maybe I am dark and mysterious after all. It's an instant comfort. He's soft. He's warm. He smells like the morning dew and fresh laundry. Can I get that in a cologne? That smells fucking bomb. I can't even lie. When's the last time someone's hugged you like this? You can't even remember. Let's break the third wall. The fourth wall. How many walls are there in cinema? Who fucking cares? When is the last time I've had like a good old hug? I actually couldn't tell you. Man, that's depressing. Fuck you, game. Making me face my emotions. You hate crying in public. It makes you feel weak. Like you're inconveniencing those around you. But with Puppy, it's different. Somehow, you feel like everything will be okay. He rubs at your back reassuringly as you bury your face into his scarf. It's not fair. I haven't gone to repair.
You already did.
I don't want to lose her.
I know.
I deserve to have my mom.
You do.
You stay there for a while, letting out all your bottled emotions run free. Puppy continues patting you on the backs in smooth, gentle motions. It's comfortable here, so comfortable that you never want to leave. But all good things must come to an end. Finally, you pull away, wiping at your tear-stricken face with your hands. Thank you. I needed that. He nods solemnly.
I just wish there was more that I could do for you.
He pauses for a moment, seemingly deal with some inner conflict.
I'll work harder.
Hey, you do plenty for me already. Who else would lend me a towel in my most dire hour of need? Puppy pouts unhappily.
A serial killer, apparently.
Oh, Pups. Are you still mad about that? It was a joke.
Puppy. Puppy, come on. Okay, they're given.
Thank you. You sigh, leaning back in your chair. I need to start doing that. I get real hunchback. Thank you for the reminder, game. Ow, my back is like, fuck. Raunchy. Raunchy. I gotta say, first my mum, then this sudden storm. I feel like my life's really been nothing but a series of bad luck recently. You're really gonna put your mother having stage 2 and a storm on the same level? Mother, what the fuck? Maybe someone cursed me. Looked at me the wrong way. Has a voodoo doll with my name on it. Dude, could you imagine how dope it must be to find out that someone's made a voodoo doll of you? Oh my god, that must be amazing to have just someone think about you that much. Oh my god, I'll never experience it. Whatever it is, I hope it passes soon. I'm just tired of it all.
Oh, wait, I've got it.
He fumbles his scarf for a moment before presenting you with something shiny. Ooh, my magpie tendencies have kicked in.
Here, you can have this.
Oh, that's kind of cute. The pen's colors are a bit faded and chipped from the years of wear, but it's clean, and he's been taking really good care of it. You've never seen Puppy go a day without his little trinket, so it comes to you as a surprise that he's even offering something up so precious to you now.
They say Lady Beetles can grant you a wish. I know it's not a real one, but, maybe the magic's still there.
I didn't really take you for the superstitious type, being a STEM kid and all.
There are some things in this world that science just can't explain.
Take the pin, don't take the pin. Oh man, this is really difficult. I'm going to say yes, because if I say no, I'm just being the asshole because he wants to help me. And if I just say no to this, which is like a big thing for him, if I say no to this like one gesture of help, he's just going to feel like he can't do anything. So I'll take it and I'll lose it, and then you'll be upset with me. And then you'll bring it up at my wedding. You take the pin from his hands and carefully hook it onto your own shirt.
Super awesome sauce.
Did not just say that out loud. You think some of your genius will be transferred to me now too?
Now you're asking for a bit too much.
This is so childish. What's next? Don't tell me you still believe in Santa Claus. You turn to face your uninvited guest. Louis Lou.
Oh, good. So your eyes do work.
Louise Lou. Your friend? Your enemy? You're not quite sure. She has the presence of a tornado, entering and exiting people's lives on her own whims without much regard for the destructive path she leaves behind. Pups?
Yeah.
That thing was supposed to bring me good luck, right?
Well, there's actually no correlation between lady beetles and an increased statistical probability in good fortune.
Are you sure you didn't just curse me instead?
I don't think so.
Louise crosses her legs in response, not fazed by the slightest obvious displeasure at her appearance.
Do you even know how long I've been sitting here?
No.
10 minutes. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for either of you to take notice. Do you guys have any idea how embarrassing it was for me to watch you two flirt with each other? Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up.
You know, you could have just said hi.
I didn't want to interrupt your little moment.
She impatiently taps her finger on the bar's countertop, clearly irritated. You're not quite sure what's gotten her so riled up. She's usually cool and composed. Something must have really ticked her off.
Hey, Louise, it's been a while.
She doesn't respond.
Bitch. Are you interested in lady beetles? I have an illustrated book that provides a look at the evolution of the insect family. Never mind.
You sigh. So, Louise, are you finally here to apologize for ghosting me for the past 2 months?
Look, I was busy. It was not done out of malice.
I'm not an idiot, Louise. Unless your name is Louis, then I definitely am. You were mad that I didn't want to be your personal little secretary, and you decided to take it out on me by ignoring all my text and calls.
Believe whatever you want, Katie. I have neither the time nor patience to correct every wrong notion in a person's head about me.
Maybe they're not notions. Maybe it's just the truth.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's not like you had a great reputation in the first place. Before we even met, I heard all of these bad rumors about you. And I thought it was just because people were jealous. I mean, you're rich, you're conventionally attractive, and you've got charisma in your own way. So I thought maybe you were misunderstood. Maybe people just didn't like seeing a successful woman and wanted to put you down. But now that I do know you, I can say this for sure.
You bitch.
You're just objectively a terrible person. The only reason you ever keep people around is because they still have something of value to offer you. As soon as they outlive their use, you toss them aside. Louise doesn't even bat an eye at your accusation.
Katie, everything in this world is transactional. You give something in the form of time, labor, or money, and you receive something of similar value in return. Friendships are transactional. Loves are transactional. Not well, I
suck that joke back in.
Even families are transactional. It's not uncommon to see fights break out amongst relatives over financial reasons. If something or someone loses its value, it gets thrown away, and that's just how the world works. As long as someone has the talent or can provide value to my life in any way, then I am more than willing to be happy to compensate them for their time and effort. And again, I have always been fair in upholding my end of the bargain. Bargaining. I think the reason you are so upset with my lack of communication is because you're mistaken about our relationship with one another. I'm not your friend, or your companion, or your partner, or your lover. I'm just here to do business, so don't be growing any personal attachments to me, because I won't for you.
Bitch. God, women, am I right? Glad we're on the same page then, because I never want to see you again. An air of tension stagnates between the two of you. Finally, Louis sighs.
Goodness. I don't even know why I'm still here. Normally I would have left by the first insult and plotted your downfall by the second.
How generous.
So why haven't you? I don't know. I've been asking myself the same question as of late. Perhaps it's pity? No. It's more like, sympathy. What happened to not developing any personal attachments? Perhaps it's because it's one of the few times I can relate with someone else. I know about your mum's condition. You eavesdropping little bitch. That catches you off guard. Why the hell were you digging around through my life? Just hear me out, Katie. I'm no stranger to the grief you're experiencing right now. I lost my mom and Ba. Ba? Ba? Who the fuck is Ba? I lost my mom and Ba when I was 17. Losing one's parents, it's not a pain I wish upon anyone else, and I mean that. She seems genuine. There's a hint of profound bitter sadness behind her hardened gaze. You never liked Louise, but you do to some degree respect her. Despite her questionable methods, she's always been capable and firm. A woman who, much like you, stubbornly refuses to show a moment of weakness to others. You've always viewed her as this unshakable pillar, not to be looked down upon nor pitied. But right now she doesn't look like a towering figure of steel will and unshaken resolve. You look at her, and all you see is a vulnerable young girl. Ask her about it, remain silent. Remain silent, she can get to it if she wants to share. Despite your feelings of sympathy, you remain quiet. She's hurt plenty of people throughout her lifetime. Her past sufferings will not justify her present actions, nor does it warrant any commiseration from you. Louise Liu is bad news, and you want nothing to do with her. I didn't mean it in a evil way, though. I just kind of wanted to be like, hey, you want to share? Preach. I didn't want to be like, hey, what happened to your parents, huh? How'd they die? Tell me every nitty-gritty. I just kind of wanted, but I get... Fuck you, Louise! I guess is the stance we're taking. Poppy, on the other hand, is much more prone to her display of sadness than you are. Wait, what happened? Guess it doesn't matter anyway. It's just like a Telltale game. I don't know the full story. The police only ever figured out bits and pieces based on the circumstantial evidence from the crash. It happened 6 years ago, on my birthday. So she's 23. What's your number, bitch? Ooh, snazzy little artwork. I like it. Oh, she's wearing her mother's necklace. How sad. My brother insisted that we all go to celebrate at a family villa. The trip would take a few hours by car, and we would have to cross the mountain to get there. Obviously, I didn't want to go. I wanted to spend my birthday with my friends. But Lou Ren was the family's beloved baby boy, so naturally, Ma and Ba listened to him. The morning of our departure, I came down with a partially nasty fever. Our physician said that I would need to rest in bed for at least a few days. I was quite pleased with this turn of events. But Lou Ren got upset. He would have me go, even despite being sick. Luckily, my parents had a sliver of sensibility left. They had me remain at home whilst they left for the trip themselves. She goes quiet. The next part is difficult for her to share. The rest is, like I said, bits and pieces. I don't know the full truth, and I don't know if I ever will. Police found the wreckage. They think they must have been rounding a bend when a deer or some large animal jumped in front of the vehicle. The driver ended up veering them all off a cliff, straight into the woods below. The search and rescue combed the area for weeks. They found the car, but never the bodies, nor the driver, nor my family. But on the 13th day of their search, something finally came up. My little brother. They found him wandering around the wreckage in a daze. No clue of how they missed him before. He was immediately sent to the hospital where he was questioned by authorities. And would you believe it? He couldn't remember a thing. The doctors say it's retrograde amnesia brought on by some form of trauma. You don't sound convinced? Because I'm not. I find it hard to believe that a 14-year-old boy could survive out there on his own for a whole 2 weeks, all while somehow managing to slip under SARS radar. And for 3 bodies to just disappear? Even wild animals leave tracks behind when they bury their meals. The trip was his idea. He insisted I come. My fever must have thrown a wrench in his plans. It must have been premeditated. He must have had outside help. You really think your 14-year-old brother orchestrated the death of your entire family? What? But he wouldn't do that, would he? He's your brother. Not by blood. That's news to you. He's adopted? No. You're adopted? She looks irritated at your line of questioning. Yes.
My parents couldn't conceive, so they adopted me. But then how could they conceive your brother? Whatever. My parents couldn't conceive, so they adopted me. Turns out all they needed to do was try a little harder, because 3 years later they would pop out a baby boy they've just always wanted. Makes sense. You might have accidentally poked at an old wound. Show sympathy? Make a snide remark. You'd be an asshole. I don't give a fuck how bitch she is. You would be an asshole to just be like, to have this girl open up about the death and disappearance of her family and how she never doesn't even trust her remaining surviving family member. And then you're just like, fucking bitch, deserved it now, didn't you? Didn't respond to my text, so what a fucking bitch. Karma. Show sympathy. Luis, Stop. I knew where this was going, and I didn't want to share it because I didn't want to be pitied. She sighs, brushing off her dress. Lucky me, right? Adopted by a wealthy family. That's quite literally the dream for most people. It's not that simple. My days of luxury are short-lived. Soon my brother will turn 20, and when he does, he'll have full control over the family and its finances. I'll be entirely at his mercy. What? You two are siblings. Shouldn't you both be receiving something? The Lus are old money. They have customs and traditions deeply rooted in a patriarchal lineage that spans centuries. For my brother, that means he's immediately first in line to become the family head to inherit everything that otherwise would have been mine. As for me, I'm going to be married off to whichever family will best secure my brother's position within a high society, auctioned off like cattle. And I highly doubt a boy who killed his own parents, meticulously removed all the evidence of his crime, and has any room left in his heart to hear the woes of his dear adopted sister. Oh, what are these options, bro? That's rough, buddy. Cowabunga. Shell no. Cowabummer, dude. Cowabummer. Ow. Louise gives your shin a quick, swift kick with her heels. Oh, bitch, do it again. That's my kink. It is a bummer. Which brings me to the subject matter at hand. I need you to do a favor for me regarding my baby brother, and I will reward you for your efforts. You blink once, then twice. Ah, that's why she sought you out today. Get upset? Hear her out. Hear her out. I knew it. It's never that simple with you, is it? Everything has to be transactional. There's always a catch. You sigh, too tired to even let anger take over. Fine, I'll humor you. What deal do you want to strike this time? I can get your mum a heart transplant. No wait list necessary, no long procedures, everything paid for and taken care of, with the best cardiothoracic surgeon's money can buy. And what do you want in return? Louise smiles. I'd like you to find evidence of foul play regarding my brother's involvement in my parents' deaths. Like I said, Lou Ren will be turning 20 soon. He'll have a Huan Li ceremony to celebrate his coming of age, and then he will be officially the head of the family. I can't have that happening. I've already lost my parents to that monster. I refuse to lose their legacies as well. I'll need something big, something that'll permanently hinder his claim to the inheritance, while also helping me garner the support of relatives and other family friends. Your head feels like it's about to burst. But how am I supposed to find any evidence? This happened 6 years ago. I'll be setting you up on a blind date with him. You and Puppy give her a weird look. She rolls her eyes in response. Of course, this is a date in name only. What I really want from you is to extract information out of him pertaining to my parents' case. This is a weird setup. I'm gonna be real. Imagine first date, right? You sit down, you're like, oh man, like, hey, you look great. Oh my god, it's been like fucking, yeah, you know, I haven't fucking slugged the sausage down a whole way in years, you know. Oh, you look great, you know, your hair looks fucking great. Oh, where do you live? With parents? Nah, my parents passed away. Oh, that's crazy. How did it happen? Were you present? How long ago was this? Was it off a cliff by chance? Did you have anything to do with it? Oh, you were found 2 weeks later? No memory? Well, that's crazy. Can you tell me every single part and I will order your food on your behalf to set the mood. You know what I mean? It's a bit intense. If you succeed in bringing back something useful that I can actually use, I'll have people on standby begin the transplant operation on your mother. Out of character, my bad. And if I don't, then the deal is off. Fuck, it's been like an hour since I've spoken to this puppy. Not a fucking clue what he sounded like.
This doesn't seem safe. What makes you so sure that your brother will agree to this date? Especially one that you've set up for him.
He will. These types of arranged meetings aren't uncommon for those within our circle. And since our network is larger than Lorenz, I've been tasked with appointing him blind dates in order to find a suitable marriage partner. I've been setting him up with these dates for years now. I know his type now, and I've realized he has a tendency to slip up when he has something he wants placed in front of him. And I have all the confidence that he'll slip. He's got voracious. He's got a voracious personality that it can only be satiated by someone with a strong will, someone such as yourself. Why are you looking down at like my crotch when you say that? Why is the strong will down south? You know? I thought it was all up in the... Are you playing mind games or are you playing loin games? So play along, wind him up, lure him in with your false promises, and gather proof. Any proof. If you can't find any, make it yourself. Whatever it is that gets the job done. She tosses a folder onto the table. Here's information that the investigators have collected on him over the years. The photograph itself is outdated, but I recommend you read it over. She points towards one section. His habits, his hobbies, his likes, his interests. He's a very self-indulgent individual. He spends his time either pursuing the arts or enjoying fine dining. His mansion has a subsection dedicated towards the things he's collected over the years. She points towards another paragraph. His financial and travel records, purchase history, and contacts. He often takes trips to isolated places in the mountains. I went through great lengths to acquire it. He's a private person and he doesn't enjoy showing his face in public since the accident. This seems extreme. Does it? Everyone says I'm just being paranoid, that he's simply self-conscious over his disfigurement, and that's why he's kept to himself ever since. But I know otherwise, and I know whatever it is that he's been hiding, he won't be hiding it for long. I will reveal the truth, and I will get revenge for everything he's done to me in the past. She gets up from her seat, ready to leave. You hastily run after her. Wait, Louise, this is all... it's a lot to take in. And I don't know if I'll even accept this deal, it's just... She ignores you, instead continuing her walk towards the door, where a man is already holding the door open for her with an umbrella in hand. When you make eye contact with her, you can tell that she already knows you won't be refusing this job. You only have one mother, Katie, and no amount of money can bring the dead back. If there is anything you need to prepare in advance, contact me. I will provide it for you. And you promise that my mom will receive the proper treatment as soon as I come back with your information? I swear it. So work hard. I want payback for that... For the what? I want payback for the Wang Ban Dan responsible for my parents' empty graves. The Wang Ba Dan? The Wang Ba Dan? What? What does that even mean? And that's the end of the demo. Make sure to check out our Discord, Patreon, and socials and updates for... That's right. Oh, you fucking little bitch. Damn, I was actually so excited. I thought it was going to be longer than that. I can't even lie. Oh my god, that's actually kind of got me, like, a little hyped. Damn it. That was good. I have to admit, I know I, like, shit on the writing at the start because obviously, like, you know, wiping your cheeks after taking a dumpy. A little strange. But, like, I have to say, like, the writing was actually, like, better than most of the games that I've played in the past. I have, like, from Itchio anyway. Wow. Okay, I want to know when this game's finished. This game seems dope. That was the demo for There's Something Wrong with My Blind Date, who we've yet to meet, but we've got a little folder on him now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good night, good week, good life. I've done it. You know, it's like, subscribe, you know the deal, okay? I don't have an outro yet, other than like the little... Shut the... Thanks for watching. See you later.